Hi guys. I wanted to make a quick video to kind of guide you through using the AI chat boxes to help you generate and brainstorm ideas for questions, and then also how to submit for that first assignment where we have to use the AI to brainstorm and come up with questions. Because ultimately, I feel like some classes had more time to work on that and kind of look at examples of that than other classes. And some students might have been absent. And so I like the idea of creating these support videos once in a while, especially when we're dealing with things that are new or complex, or we just want a little bit more guidance from me. And that's what that's what this video is going to be. You can follow along with this video if you need to, as I kind of walk us through the process of using the AIs. And we'll also look at every single AI that I have linked to. And we'll talk about how so some might be more interesting to use than others, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. All right. See, so we're going to head over to experience 1. We're going to go to our Blackboard and we're going to go to experience 1 and then week 2, because this week's assignments are going to be in week 2. We're going to be going over the assignment, this one right here, called Brainstorming and Questions Development with ChatGPT. So in order to submit for this assignment, any assignment that we have in our Blackboard, you have to actually click on it to go in, and that is where you'll do the submission. And if you scroll down, you'll see that there's a couple of ways to submit. There's Write Submission, which we'll be using for this one. And we'll also be using the Browse to attach files on our computer. So if I will have a picture that I would like to attach, for example, one of my selfies or one of my dog, a rose, whatever, right? So it allows us to attach pictures. And that's what we're going to need to be able to do for this assignment. We're going to have to attach a photo, and we're going to have to write in there. So let's go over the assignment. We're going to be using ChatGPT as a tool to help us develop our research question. And so before we can even do that, we need to take a moment and think about what we're interested in doing for our topic. And we have to remember that we need to do a topic. We need to explore something or investigate something that is about the processes of reading, or the processes of writing, or the processes of research. You can even do the processes of learning or the processes of communication or language within your major. So an example of a topic like that might be, I want to look at writing essays in engineering, or I want to look at research in criminal justice, or plagiarism in the art major, right? So we're looking at different topics. And there is a list, by the way, here on Blackboard. If we go back up, there's a whole list of possible topics here that you could use to help inspire you. Maybe you're interested in how engineers come up with their own research topics. Maybe you're interested in how nursing students learn to write for their audience. Maybe you're interested in how business majors deal with group work. So there's a lot of different things that you can play around with. Once you've figured out what your topic is within your major, or just the areas that you're interested in. And if you're really like, man, I don't even know, then just go with the word research process, or reading process, or writing process. Right? So we can even go as general as that to have the AI help us. So once we figured out kind of like what we're interested in, even if it's very general, just like, well, I guess reading and nursing, right? Then we're ready to go to the AI, and you'll see that there's actually several here. Now, I gave us several options because sometimes these AI chat boxes, they're overloaded, they're at capacity. And so when we click on them, we can't access them. And I don't want anyone to feel like, wow, I really wanted to use the AI and I didn't have access to it. So I have at least 4 options for us to use today. I'm going to go through each of them with you and talk to you about how to gain access to them. So the first, of course, is ChatGPT. It's the OpenAI. If you click on it, Let me move some stuff around. You click on it, it'll take us here. Sometimes it might prompt you to log in or to sign up for it. Go ahead and sign up for it, and then it'll take you here. If it's not at capacity, it'll take you here. If it's at capacity, it'll tell you, hey, we're at capacity. Unfortunately, you'll have to find a different chat box. But if you can get in, the area where you will do most of your, where you'll be requesting, making your request for generating text. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure this goes. We'll be down here at the bottom of the ChatGPT. So this is where we're going to have to write what we want the chat box to do. And if you go back, you'll notice that you need to be specific with what you ask. So here's an example of what you can ask. You need to tell it to develop several potential research questions that investigate writing essays and the engineering major. Now you have to be that direct with it. You have to give it directions for what to do. You can't just put your question in, because then it's going to try to answer the question. And you're gonna be like, what's this? Or if you just put in a topic, for example, if I just put in writing in engineering, it's not going to give me questions. And I'm like, oh, well, it's giving me, I guess, some information, but it's not really doing what I wanted to do, which is I want it to give me questions. Now, a lot of students, what they'll do is they'll ask it a question. And that also doesn't work. So some students actually come up with their own questions and don't realize it, and then they put their question into ChatGPT. Like, if you've done that, you've already come up with your own question. I've seen many students who go, how do engineering students use writing? Guys, that's a research question about writing processes in engineering. That would work, but students don't realize they already have a question and they put it in. And what does the chat do? It tries to answer the question. And so students are like, oh, it's not giving me questions. You already had one. But we can still turn your question into potentially more questions. Noticing the chat's giving us a little bit of trouble. So it's not going. Let me see if I can refresh it and then kind of force it to go. How do engineering, so this is not a good way, by the way, to use. I'm just showing you the wrong ways to use it first. How do engineering students use writing? And if, oh, it's messing up, most probably because it might be at capacity at this point, which does happen. Let me try one more time. How do let's see what it does. I'm hoping that it will, but I also don't want to waste time here waiting for it to go. Yeah, so it looks like it's gonna struggle a little bit, and this is a number of reasons. Most likely it is at capacity right now, which happens. So far, asking it a question or just putting in my topic is not going to help me. Oh, there it goes. It's going to start writing an answer to the question, but it's not giving me questions. And what I really want it, I mean, this might help. This can help you if you're like, well, I'll read a little bit about what it says, and it might inform your question, which is totally fine. If you end up doing that and you're like, oh, I have an idea for a question now, great. Take a picture. I'll accept that, because that is one way to use it, right? To kind of talk to it and see what it says, and then it might like make you think of a really cool question. That's one way to use it. I guess the way I want you guys to use it for, and you can use it that way, I'll accept that. If you want more direct and want a variety of options, which is what I like to do. When I am looking for a research question, I really am looking for tons of options to inspire me. In that case, what we want to do is we want to be very specific and direct with it. And I need to tell it what I want it to do, exactly what I want it to do. So I need to tell it, write several, that means many. You can also tell them write specific, or you give it more direct, write 12 research questions about writing in the engineering major. And now it's going to do exactly that. So the more specific you are with it, the more it's going to output what you're looking for. And in this case, this is what I was looking for. So let me read some of these questions. Ooh. How does technical content of writing engineering differ from other fields? That's kind of nice. How can engineering programs better prepare students for the writing demands of the field? Ooh, I like that one. I really like number 9. Now, if I'm not happy with this, I can ask it to generate more. Generate more research questions about writing in engineering, please. I don't know why I feel bad. I think I'm so used to asking please whenever I ask for something. I end up putting please whenever I talk to the chat bots. And here it's giving me more questions, which is really cool. And I like having options because when I'm thinking of research, I kind of want to see what's out there. What can I do? What are some of the questions we can be asking? And some of these might inspire me. Oh, actually, I like number 8 in the second round even more. So I'm thinking of all these questions, I might pick number 8 because I kind of like the idea of collaboration and teamwork. Now, the first part of the assignment that we have, let's go back to that assignment. The first part is, it says it's going to provide several questions, which it did. Take a screen cap or a picture of the questions it gave you and upload them here. So the first part is just taking a picture of what the ChatGPT gave me. Because one of our things that we said we were going to do this semester while working with ChatGPT or these AIs is we're going to be accountable. We're going to be open and honest about when we're using the AI and what it's giving us. So you can just take your phone and you can take several pictures of what the AI output. Right. So you might say, I want to take a picture of that just to show Bonnie, like, hey, this is what it gave me. You can also screen cap if you're on a PC. I believe it is Control Print Screen, and that will give you a screen cap of what is on the computer. You can do several. I might need to do one there and then go up and do one there. And so when I screen cap on my computer, I like to just take it to Paint. I know, really old school. And then I just paste what was on the screen. But there's a copy of what was on my screen here, and I can just save it, File, Save As, a JPEG, and call it AI Work 1. And I might need to take several because if you notice, this doesn't show everything, and I want to show Bonnie everything that was on the chat, the AI. So I'm going to scroll up a little bit more, then Control Print Screen or Control Print Screen. I'm going to go back to here, paint the other one in, or I might have to create a new file actually so it doesn't get messy. Don't save that. Create another one. Perfect. File, Save As, JPEG, AI Work 2. And that'll work. And I'll keep doing that until I've taken a picture of everything that was on the screen that the AI gave me. You can do it with your phone. Like I said, you can do it with your phone and just send the photos to your email or however you access them, or you can screen cap directly. And you're going to want to add those pictures to the assignment. So right here, I'm going to go to Browse. I'm going to go find the pictures. I believe they were here. And I'm going to attach those pictures because that's what the AI gave me. So I'm being honest and I'm showing Bonnie, hey, I worked with the AI. Here's what it said. Now, the next part 2, is we're going to pick the question that we liked and we're going to make it more of our own, right? We're going to revise it so it works with us. And Bonnie wants us to highlight in orange. Now, I know sometimes Macs don't highlight in orange. So if you can't highlight it, you can find some way to make it different. So you can underline it or bold it. But I want you to make a distinguish between what the AI gave you and what you created. So now I'm going to go to write my submission. And I said, I really liked the question number 8. How does collaboration and teamwork affect the writing process for engineering students? So that's what the AI gave me. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I need to go and take a picture. Sorry, I need to copy this and see if I can paste over here. Yes. So that's what the AI gave me. And I'm just going to put there, kind of make it more obvious, like that's what the AI gave me. And I want to make it more my own. So I want to rewrite it, but in my way. And maybe I want to take some things out. How does collaboration affect? Well, collaboration and teamwork is kind of the same thing for me. So how does collaboration affect the writing that engineering students do? That's a little bit, but it's still a lot of what the AI does. Is there anything I want to add to this? Maybe it's not just engineering. Maybe I want to get more specific that electrical engineering students do, because my major is more specific than just engineering in general. Students do, and I guess for me, for this one, that might be it. And the problem is having for me is because I don't know I don't know if there's anything more specific that engineering students do. Like part of me wants to say, how does collaboration affect the writing that senior engineering students do? Because I know that a lot of engineering students at the end of their 4 years do a collaborative project, and that might be really interesting to kind of get to know about to better prepare for something like that. And maybe I'll add, and what strategies can we learn from them? Can incoming students learn from them to prepare to work with others? Ooh, haha! It finally hit me at the end there, right? I suddenly got a little wind of inspiration, and I'm thinking about, hey, how can what we're going to learn really impact others? And so now this is my final question. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the parts in orange that are the AI. I'm going to leave the parts that are not AI alone, because that's my writing. That's like Bonnie's flair. So how does collaboration? Yeah, that's definitely the AI. And affect the writing. That's the AI. Senior is mine. Engineering students, I'm the one that talked about engineering to begin with, right? Like when I come up here, like my question, like I said engineering. So I think engineering actually belongs to me. The AI took it from me. But students belongs to the AI. And then the rest is all mine. So that's quite interesting. I'm actually really proud of this one. Like the AI did help me, but I really went to town with this one on my own. So I'm happy here. And then what I would do, since I have everything I need, that's it. That's all you need for this assignment, right? All you need is attach the pictures of what the AI did, and then give me your revised version of it. And you would hit submit, which is at the bottom down here. Don't forget to hit that submit button. But that's if you're just using ChatGPT, right? Which is the original, this one. But what if this one isn't working for you? Well, let's look at the other 3 options and talk about how to use those really quickly. So the next option is Write Sonic or Chat Sonic. And the way to use Chat Sonic, once you click on it, it's really important that when you get to this landing page, you head over to that purple blue button that says join the ChatGPT revolution. That's how you're going to access the chatbot through here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It is going to ask you to sign up for it or sign in, but you don't have to pay any money, which yay, I like that. A lot of other ones are already starting to charge for stuff like this. Now I'm already logged in, so it took me right in. Once you sign into it, it'll take you here. And this is really all you need. You want to talk to the Chat Sonic bot. And so it's down here at the very bottom where you're going to talk to it. I guess it has other personalities. Good God, I'm not going to mess with it. I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to ask it the same. I'm going to ask it the same thing that I asked over here. Give it very specific directions to write 12 questions about writing in the engineering major. And all these chats will give us slightly different responses. But we must always be very, very direct. We're giving direct instructions. So I'm telling it exactly what I want it to do, right? Write 12 research questions about writing in the engineering major. I could ask it to do it about reading, just very in general, right? Let's try reading. Hit enter, and I'm gonna let it do its thing. This one also takes a while. It seems there's a lot of people on it right now, or these are really tough questions and they're really tough directions. I suspect that it's just a lot of people on right now. Since it's like the school day's over, people have homework, and everyone's like, let me go get ChatGPT to do it. Oh lordy. Hopefully it will go. It did take the other one a little bit of time. I'm going to pause it, and then once it starts to load, I'll go ahead and do it so that we're not wasting time on the video. Okay, there it goes. I made myself a taco while I was waiting. Okay, let's see. So it gave me 12 questions. It took a little while to get there, but it managed to do it. Common reading challenges. Oh, I like that one that engineering students face. The first one's really good. So again, it gave me answers. So what I would ask you to do is to take photos of it, screen cap it, that kind of thing. My computer is very large right now, but you can get a full picture by simply zooming out sometimes. So see, there's all the questions, and I would encourage you take zoom out and get a big nice picture. Make sure the picture's clear and I can read it. But you'll be okay. So that's how ChatSonic works. So when you get to the landing page, click on the join the ChatGPT revolution, and it'll take you here where you can ask your question at the bottom. And again, just like with ChatGPT, you need to be very direct, very specific with what you're asking it to do. Let's try the other one. So we've seen ChatGPT, we saw ChatSonic. My other one that I really like is UChat, which you can find at u.com. I like it because it actually provides you with the sources from where it's getting its information. All of these chatbots are getting information from, old online resources, but they don't tell you. They get the information and they deliver it to you in a very human-like way, very human language way. What UChat does is it gives you the delivery, but it also shows you where it got its information from. And I like that as a researcher as well, because it'll let me go check on that information and really double check the chat box if I'm ever going to be using it for something a little bit more. So I clicked on u.com and we come here. This is not where you want to be on the UChat. Don't type anything into the search engine. It's a search engine. We don't need that. What we want to do is we want to go underneath it to where it says this blue button, introducing UChat. Talk to it here. That's where you want to go. So we want to click on the blue button that says UChat, and it'll take us in. And we're already on it where it says chat. On the side over here, you'll see it says chat. That's what you want to be talking to. And we're going to ask it the same thing we asked the other ones, right? Write 12 questions about. Instead of writing, let's do about research processes in the engineering major. I'm going to go ahead and click enter and see what it does. It's a little bit faster than the others. Okay. So it gave me the 12 questions that I asked for. And I like them. They're pretty interesting questions. Ooh, what techniques can be used to ensure accuracy? And the engineering and engineering research is really interesting. What tools can I use? And then of course, what I like about it is not only does it give me these questions that I asked for, but it also shows me where it's getting its information from. So I can actually go check these places out. So I created a question by looking at this source over here. Okay, it's going to try to make me pay for information, which, how does it have access to information that I don't have? All right. So anyways, so I think that that's quite interesting, and I would encourage you to go check out that stuff. So that's how UChat works. And that's the benefit to UChat, is you have access to its sources of information. The other one you can use is the beta openai.com playground. So it works just like ChatGPT, but it's the older version of it, and it can be just as effective. So we'll click on it and open that one up right now. And I'll have to log in to access it. And here we go. This is what it looks like. So we're just going to, inside this chat box, we're going to write our request. And when we're ready, we're going to go ahead and hit submit. Just like the others, we must be specific. But there it goes. And so just like with the others, I'll take a picture of this, and then I'll share that picture in my assignment with Bonnie. And I'll then pick the question that I like, and then revise it, mess with it until I've made it a little bit more my own, and then we're good to go. So I hope that this was helpful to you in understanding not just how to submit the assignment, but also in how to use these AIs, and also the kind of language you want to be inputting into the AI so that it'll output what you're looking for. And of course, if you have any questions, come to my office hours. That's what I'm there for. So if you need anything, whether it's just a 5-minute reassurance, like, hey, you're going to be okay, you've got this, or maybe 15 minutes for me to kind of show you how to do something, come on in. I would love to have you. See you later. Bye, guys.